Before money existed, life was simple but brutally inefficient. People didn't earn salaries or check bank balances. Everything worked on direct exchange. If you wanted food, you traded what you had. If you needed shelter, you offered labor. This system is called barter, and while it sounds fair, it broke down very quickly as societies grew. Imagine needing shoes, but the shoemaker doesn't need what you have. You could have grain, tools, or time, but if there's no match, the deal fails. Value existed, but there was no universal way to measure or transfer it. That problem would eventually force humanity to invent something new. The real problem with barter wasn't effort, it was coincidence. Economists call this the double coincidence of wants. Both sides had to want exactly what the other offered at the same time. As communities grew larger, this became almost impossible. Barter also made saving nearly impossible. Food rots, animals die, tools break, wealth couldn't be stored easily. People were productive, but progress was slow because value kept disappearing. Humanity needed a way to store effort across time. Before coins or paper, people experimented. Certain items naturally became proto-money: shells, salt, cattle, beads. These objects shared key traits: they were scarce, durable, portable, and widely accepted. Not because governments declared them valuable, but because people trusted them. Money wasn't invented by kings or banks. It emerged organically. It was a social technology, a shared belief system that allowed strangers to cooperate without trust. Block 4: Why metals won. And eventually, metals dominated. Gold and silver didn't rot, rust, or lose value easily. They could be divided, measured, and transported. Most importantly, they were hard to fake. That made them ideal stores of value. For the first time in history, people could compress months of labor into a small object and carry it anywhere. Time itself became portable. Coins standardized value. A stamped piece of metal meant trust without weighing or testing. This dramatically accelerated trade. Markets expanded. Cities grew. Specialization exploded. People could focus on what they did best and trade effortlessly. Money wasn't just a convenience, it was an engine of civilization. At its core, money is memory. It remembers who contributed value and how much. Instead of owing favors or keeping mental notes, society outsourced memory into an object. This allowed cooperation on a massive scale. You didn't need to know someone personally to trade fairly with them. If you're interested in money, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you. Paper money didn't replace gold, it represented it. Carrying metal was dangerous and heavy. Banks emerged as storage vaults. Receipts became currency. Eventually, people trusted paper more than metal itself. Money became abstract. Once money became symbolic, trust became everything. Trust in banks. Trust in governments. Trust that tomorrow the paper would still mean something. Money stopped being a thing and became a belief. When money is no longer scarce, its value erodes. Inflation isn't mysterious, it's dilution. More units chasing the same goods. Those closest to money creation benefit first. Money became a tool of power. Today, money is almost entirely digital. There are no gold bars behind your bank app. No physical bills moving when you send a payment. Just numbers shifting inside databases owned by banks, governments, and corporations. This makes money feel simple, fast, and weightless, but that simplicity is deceptive. Because money is now abstract, it's easier to spend and harder to feel loss. Swiping a card doesn't trigger the same psychological response as handing over cash. This disconnect is not accidental. It changes behavior. People spend more, save less, and feel poorer even while transactions become faster than ever. Modern money is efficient, but emotionally dangerous if misunderstood. At its core, money is stored human time. Every dollar represents hours of someone's life compressed into a transferable unit. When you spend money, you are spending time you already lived or time you will be forced to live in the future to repay debt. This is why losing money hurts so deeply. It's not about numbers. It's about wasted life. And this is why financial mistakes feel heavier than other mistakes, because they steal past or future effort. Understanding money as time changes how you treat it. Waste becomes visible. Money is tied directly to survival, food, shelter, safety, and status. That's why the brain reacts to money threats with fear, not logic. Even small financial stress can hijack decision-making, pushing people toward short-term relief instead of long-term stability. This isn't weakness. It's biology. Money activates the same systems as danger. Understanding this removes shame. You're not bad with money, you're human in a system that weaponizes scarcity. Money is not wealth. Wealth is control over your time and decisions. Money is simply one tool to access that control. Many people earn high incomes but remain poor in freedom, trapped by obligations, debt, and lifestyle inflation. True wealth is optionality, the ability to say no, to wait, to choose. Money only matters if it increases your future choices, otherwise, it's just noise. Money systems reward predictability, scale, and patience. They punish urgency, desperation, and short-term thinking. This is why those with buffers move ahead faster. They can wait for better opportunities. The system isn't moral. It doesn't care who works hardest. It rewards those who understand timing and leverage. Once you see this, you stop expecting fairness and start planning strategically. Money doesn't change who you are, it magnifies it. Discipline becomes more powerful. Chaos becomes more destructive. This is why giving money to someone without financial understanding often makes their life worse, not better. Money amplifies habits. If you don't control it, it controls you. Many people believe more money will fix everything. But without structural change, higher income often leads to higher expenses. The stress remains, just at a more expensive level. Escaping this requires changing how money is used, not just how much is earned. Understanding money gives you leverage. You begin to see hidden costs, delayed consequences, and long-term trade-offs. You stop reacting and start choosing. Awareness doesn't make you rich overnight. It makes you harder to exploit. Income without understanding leaks away. Education plugs holes. This is why financial education has the highest return. It compounds silently over decades. It's not about tricks. It's about seeing the full equation. Once you understand money, you stop fearing it. You stop worshiping it. You start using it deliberately as a tool, not a goal. Control returns gradually, not instantly. But every intentional decision compounds. Money was created to reduce friction between people. Over time, it became complex, abstract, and intimidating. But at its core, it's still just stored effort and shared trust. When you understand that, money stops controlling you and starts serving you. If this topic resonated with you, consider subscribing. This channel isn't about quick money or loud promises. It's about understanding how money actually works, why systems behave the way they do, and how to think clearly in a world built to confuse. New videos will continue exploring money, value, time, and freedom, one idea at a time. If you want fewer illusions and more clarity, you're in the right place.